Okay, so top 5 tracks of 2023 so far. This wasn't easy to do. I had a list of about 10 to 12 tracks, so cutting it down to 5 was an exercise. That was definitely an exercise. I've got a nice list for you. I think you're going to enjoy this list. But before we get into those 5 tracks, I've got to shout out every single producer, every single artist, everyone in the scene working hard in the background to bring us this great music. We are now 8-9 weeks into 2023, entering March today. And I can say, man, the music is getting better. The quality is increasing. And I feel like we are definitely making progress, man. So yeah, well done to everyone. Okay, so before I give you the 5 tracks, I've got to also give you my honorable mentions. And these are the tracks that when I had to decide the 5, when I had to decide those top tracks, unfortunately, I had to cut them. But they're just as good. They're just as good, okay? So, okay, the first one, where's my list? Okay, I've got a shout out to Ramper. Shout out to Ramper. And this one is actually an unreleased. If this one was actually released, it probably would have been a top 3 track easily. And I'm sure you guys might have heard this on YouTube. There's a few rips of this track out already. No one knows the official date of this release. If you do, please let me know in the comments, but we've got no idea when this track will be out. So yeah, it's Ramper's remix of Moderate More Love. And yeah, he's been teasing the entire scene with this track in his sets. And I've heard it multiple times. And it's that. This track is like that. When it comes out, I believe it will be one of the most downloaded tracks of the year. Easy. Then I've got to go with Desiree, Pussy Power Remix. Again, kind of music. Shout out to those guys. Then I've got Cop GSA, House Will Never Die, a track that I actually have reviewed on this channel a few weeks back and did really well. So if you haven't watched that video, listen to that track, please do. What else do we have? It's Not Right, the Deep Shakers remix. Of course, the remix of Whitney Houston's classic track. And last but not least, part of this honorable mention, I've got The Real MK. And I couldn't pick a track. I couldn't pick a specific track for The Real MK, but if you heard that album has got 8 to 10 tracks that I feel like could have been part of this honorable mention list. So what I've done as well is I've also ranked these tracks from 1 to 5. Of course, let's start at 5 to give you my favorite sounds from 2023 so far. At number 5, I've got Arodis, Like Mike, Esperanza, Mo Black Records. Yeah, probably a month ago now that track was released, and it's a great sound. And I call it a sound because it allows people to interpret what genre it is. It's melodic, it's soulful, it's deep, it's progressive. It's quite versatile, right? And I feel like as a DJ, as a fan of music, you're kind of allowed to play with this track and just enjoy it. Just enjoy the sound, enjoy the feels that it brings out of you. And that track is at number 5 for me. At number 4, G Washington, Kasango, Lost. I have reviewed that track on this channel. I think that was probably the first New Music Friday of the year. That video did quite well, actually. Shout out to those guys. Shout out to Rise for that release. Powerful Afro techie track. Emotionally powerful track, that one. Shout out to G Washington and Kasango. Okay, number 3. I think at number 3, some of you might get at me for this. Some of you might not like this pick at number 3. Maybe it's too low, maybe not. But for me, this is number 3. Still obviously a top 3 track, super high. But I've got Francis Mercier, Night Freak, It Is Ease, Camille released on Higher Ground. Could be the track of the year or one of the biggest tracks to come out in 2023. When I do make a top 20 tracks, top 10 even tracks of 2023, it is likely that this track will be in there. But it also goes to show, right? 2 months in 2023 and we've had some massive releases. If a track like this is at the 3rd spot, we still have 10 months to go. 2023 is about to be crazy. Crazy, absolutely crazy. But yeah, shout out to Francis Mercier, Night Freak, and Id Aziz. Number 2, and this track, musically, sonically, unlike anything that I've heard this year. Crisp, the detail, the production. I think this track is massive. I think the producer of this track is gonna be massive as well. And I can't wait for the album. Shout out to Karen the Soul, Jordan Arts with Something More. That is my second favorite best track of 2023 so far. That track, the first time I heard it, left me speechless. Absolutely left me speechless. When you hear it, you almost have to like close your eyes, embrace the moment, and just enjoy everything that you're hearing. Especially if you're a producer or you're experimenting with music production, a track like that just opens your ears in a different way, man. A track like that is something else. Something else. Shout out to Karen the Soul. At number 1, and I think you might agree with this. I think you should agree with this, but I've got Atmos Black remix of Gypsy Woman, She's Homeless, featuring Kali Mija. I think this track wins so far this year, because if you were to put all the tracks that I mentioned in a DJ set, I think this track would get the best reaction out of the crowd. I think this track would create the apex moment of the night. The top moment of the night, I think, would be created by this track. That's just me. What do you guys think? Is it Camille or this track? To me, this track wins because of that. If I look at the impact that this track has live, across audiences, right? Across music ears, across music fans, I think this track, hands down, would have the best impact and create the best reaction. So yeah, guys, that's my top 5 tracks of 2023 so far. Which track should I play? So I've reviewed Gypsy Woman, I've reviewed Lost, I've reviewed Something More, Camille, Esperanza I haven't reviewed, so maybe I play Esperanza. Okay, let's play Esperanza. Arodis, Like Mike, released on More Black. I can't believe I haven't played this track already on this channel. Yeah, it's extremely soulful, extremely fun, entertaining track. It makes me reminisce. It makes me miss summer. I can't wait for summer. As I listen to this, I'm like, where's the sun? Where is the sun? Today's raining outside. It's gloomy. It's dark. I'm like, where's the sun? I want to go out, be in my shorts, topless, sunglasses. This is the vibe here. Shout out to Arodis and Like Mike. man, what a sound. What a sound. I feel like that should be #1 now. I feel like this track should be #1 now. So good, man. This track is different. Different sound. Let me know in the comments your favorite 5 tracks of 2023 so far. Deep house, progressive, melodic, Afro, whatever. Even hip hop, R&B, whatever. Let me know in the comments your favorite tracks that you've heard so far. Hope you enjoyed this video.